Hi guys, Eva Thompson here. Welcome to my channel today. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about retroactive jealousy, why you suffer from it, and I want to talk about OCD a little bit in general. Now, the number one thing to point out here firstly is that at the root of all OCDs lies this belief of if I control what goes on the outside, whether it's a person, an event, a situation, whatever it is, then I will be happy on the inside. So with RJ, if I can control my partner's past, how my partner thinks and feels about their past, if I can control with ROCD, how I feel about my partner, how my partner feels about me, or where my relationship is going, then I'll be happy. Or with more general OCD around cleanliness, you could say, if I can control how clean my house is, then like if my house is clean 24/7 and it's always perfect, then I'll be happy. So you're trying to constantly control outside events and situations so you can be happy, because there's this underlying belief with all of these different sorts of OCDs where if I can control the outside person, event, situation, then I will be happy on the inside. And when we put it this way, it's easy to see how it's a false belief. If you control the outside event, situation, or person, then even if it goes your way, if the person acts the way you want them to act, or an event goes the way you want it to go, or you manage to keep your house clean for days on end, that happiness, that sense of peace that you were chasing, that you were looking for, is fleeting. It's not stable, and you're not really in control, because you're never going to be in control of the outside. So the key to this, which is probably pretty obvious, is focusing on what you can control, which is on the inside, focusing on controlling your thoughts, because your thoughts can run your life. And what I mean by this, what I mean by controlling your thoughts, is not actively sitting there trying to obsess over what you're thinking, because you've probably done that already and it probably has not made you feel good. It's probably made things worse. Obsessing over, your thoughts and trying to control them using logic or using force, that doesn't work. Now, before we get into that, I want to focus a little bit more on your thoughts and why controlling your thoughts will ultimately lead you to be happier. Your thoughts automatically, whether you're aware of it or not, cause you to feel emotions. So a thought leads to an emotion leads to an action, and an action will lead to an event. So, for example, with RJ, you get a thought about your partner's past. It leads to an emotion. Anger, sadness, you shut down, you ask questions, you stalk social media, you shame and blame. That causes an event, an argument with your partner, you feeling distant from your partner, whatever it is. And so here we can see why thoughts lead to events. Thought, emotion, action, event. Remember that. Now, talking a bit about controlling your thoughts, the number one thing to always remember is that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind your thoughts. You are the awareness that notices your thoughts. Sometimes you and I, everyone I think, or almost everyone in this world, can get lost in thoughts. We can forget to take that step back into who we truly are, which is that awareness, sitting behind our thoughts, observing our thoughts. This is where meditation helps, and I really recommend it if you aren't doing it already. There are studies that have been done recently that just show that meditation is so good for your mental health, for your brain. And so the number one step is to become aware that you are the awareness behind your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. What you focus on as that awareness grows. So if a thought comes in, you obsess, you focus, you fight it, you try to logically shoo it away, you suppress it, whatever it is, what happens? That thought becomes stronger. What you push against becomes stronger, and what you focus on grows. So when you push against something, you are focusing on pushing against it, and therefore it will grow. What I recommend doing instead is, after realizing and spending some time noticing your thoughts, noticing the patterns that come up, noticing the thoughts, the emotions, the actions, what events it's leading to. There's a very fine line between noticing a thought and, instead of suppressing it or fearing it or running away from it or suppressing it, I already said that, but instead of doing that, you notice it, you acknowledge it's not a nice thought. Who likes to think about their partner with someone else? No one. You notice that's a thought, that's an emotion, but you shift your focus. You acknowledge that's there, that's coming to my mind, I don't like that. But what am I going to choose to do? I'm going to focus on something else, on my present moment. And a tip that I've given in other videos is looking at what you can, your five senses, right? So what can you taste? What can you feel? What can you see? What can you hear around you? So what's going on? Bring yourself back to reality. Maybe focus on what you're grateful for. Focus on what you love about your partner. Focus on why you're with them in the first place. So number one, remember, controlling what goes on the outside does not bring real happiness. You're not going to ever become happy and at peace and really feel stable within long term if you keep trying to control the outside. What people think of you, how they view you, how they view your partner, what happened in the past, how your partner feels about their past, where your relationship is going, how your partner feels about you. You're not going to be able to achieve true peace and true happiness that way. So become aware of that. Remember that your thoughts control your life and that they lead to your actions pretty simply. And lastly, remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind your thoughts. Once you understand that and you realize that, practice looking at the patterns. Practice just taking a back seat and looking at your thoughts. Like, for example, you are the sky and you're looking at the clouds passing by. And again, meditation will help with this. And then understand, the thoughts come in, I don't like it, that is such a negative thought, it's causing me to feel negatively. What can I do about it? If I focus on it, if I suppress it, if I resist it, what's going to happen? It's going to become stronger. Okay, so let me become aware of how I'm feeling. Let me remember that I'm not my thoughts, I am not the situation, I am not RJ, and RJ is not me. And let me bring myself back to reality, bring myself back to today, focus on what I'm grateful for, focus on my work, what's in front of me, what I'm doing today. It is something that sounds so simple, but really requires a lot of practice in order to master. People spend a lifetime trying to master this. Like take distance between who I am and my thoughts, and to sort of expand that awareness that you are. So guys, I hope this video helped you. If you've got any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.